Hello my gorgeous little love bugs out there, and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to play with the new Dragon Fruit palette from Clionadh. This is a collab with Emily Violet Marie. I'm also going to play with the new multi-chrome highlighter that is also part of the collection, create a look, do some swatches, and let you guys know my thoughts on these products. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Brie, and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. So if those are things that you like to watch, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Alright, hello and welcome loves. This is my first video I'm filming since I got back from my trip. If you've been following me for some time now, you know I was traveling and away for a little bit, but I am back now. I'm ready to get back on the grind, and I had some packages waiting in the mail for me, and I was just ready to get back into filming and getting some content up for you guys. So these two beauties were in my mailbox, and I'm just so excited to crack into these. So if you don't know about Clionadh, they are a small indie brand based out of Canada. Well, I think they're actually bigger than small at this point. They make beautiful like single shadows, single highlighters, and they did this beautiful collab with Emily Marie. It's been a while since they had a like palette come out. But Emily Marie is a YouTuber. She also has an Instagram, and she did a video where she created a palette that she wished was in existence. They saw that video, they reached out to her, and they wanted to make that palette a reality. And it's so exciting because Emily is a smaller YouTuber, and it's just so great to see smaller YouTubers getting collabs instead of the usual big YouTubers that we see. So I'm very excited for her as well as for Clionadh. I will make sure to link her launch video so you can check her out, see all the details. She'll go over like all the shadows and explain to you guys like the whole theming and everything, because she can give you so much more info about this collection than I could, since it's her collab. There was also other products in the collection, and I will go over all those products as well. So I'll start off with the highlighter, and then we'll get into the palette because I want to do live swatches with this. Then after all of the like details and stuff, I'll get into a look, but I'll make sure to leave timestamps if you want to skip around and get to certain parts. So the highlighter that I picked up is a multi-chrome highlighter. These are called Fruitlighters. These can be used face, eyes, and lips. Like, look at this cute little fun packaging. And the highlighters go for $17.53. So there was two different highlighters in this collection. I only picked up one, the one that I thought I would actually use and work for my skin tone. So the one that I got is called Tropical. I don't know if you guys can see any kind of shift on this one. This one is described as a pale light pink multi-chrome highlighter with an intense golden peach green shift. It says it's suitable for all skin tones. So I'm going to just swatch this right here. Oh my god, that is so vibrant. We'll just swatch it right on camera. That is so intense. Now, of course, I picked up a lot of product, but oh my god, that is so beautiful. I hope the shift is showing up on camera. Oh, that is gorgeous. Can't wait to put that on my cheeks. And the other one that they had is the Pitaya one. It's a mid-tone cool pink multi-chrome highlighter with a bright green teal pink shift. They said this one was suitable for deeper skin tones. So I love that there was variety in this collection. They also had fruit lacquers. So they had nail polishes that were also multi-chromes that were $11.15 each. So one was called Dragantini that has a pink multi-chrome with an intense gold lime turquoise shift, and the other one was called Pitaya, which is a semi-opaque multi-chrome nail polish with a strawberry pink base, a bright green teal indigo shift. So I don't paint my nails that often, so I knew I wasn't going to get enough use out of those products, so I passed them, but they look really beautiful. There was also a dragon fruit brush set that also looks really pretty. That was $31.89. And then they also had a little cosmetics bag, some stencils, a sticker you could pick up, and then they had some bundles. So now let's get into the palette, the part I'm most excited about. So this palette goes for $59.79. This is what it looks like up close. I just love the fruit theming. Here's the back of it. It's plastic packaging. This also has a huge mirror in it. And then here are all the shades. So this palette only has metallics, shimmers, and satins. There are no mattes in this palette, and they have two bigger shades right here that look like they could also be used as like highlighters on the face or maybe toppers. Looks kind of cool. I'm loving it. I love metallics and shimmer palettes. That's what I prefer. I prefer shimmers and stuff over mattes, but if you love mattes or you need mattes in your palette, this might not be for you. But if you've been wanting to try like the metallic formula and try different types of formula in like, you know, metallics and satins from Clionadh, this would probably be a good palette to look into. Hopefully it is. I haven't tried it yet to know, but they did include a little card that goes over all the different formulas that are in the palette. And I thought I would just live swatch it because these are so beautiful. I just want to see how they swatch out. I wanted to do it on camera with you guys, so I'll go with the groups of like formulas and swatch it that way. Let me get a little closer so we can see better. So the first formula they said was the sparkle shadow formula. So it's just a metallic that has a lot of sparkles and shimmers in it. The shades that are shimmer, well, what is it, sparkle shadows, is this one called Effervescence, is this beautiful one right here, and I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. That is so intense. And then the other one that's a sparkle shadow is the shade called Infusion, which is this like light kind of lilac purple. Oh geez, these look stunning. So those are the two sparkle shadows in the collection. And then they had two dual chromes, which is this one right here called Hyloceresis. I don't know how to say that word. It's this shade right here. So I'm gonna swatch that. And then they also had the shade Fruit Fizz. That's also a dual chrome. So those are those two. These are the dual chromes. So there's that. And that. I don't know if the shifts pick up, but that looks so beautiful. Then there was also the velvet satin formula. So there's 4 velvet satins in here. So the shade called Sweeten is a velvet. Velvets aren't my favorite formula, but they can, you know, be pretty versatile. You can almost use them like mattes. Then the shade called Strawberry Pear, this shade right here. The shade called Prickly, this deep purple. And then the shade called, I think it's called Cacti. This like limey yellowy green. So these are all the satins that are in the palette. So, ooh, I mean, they have a lot of pigmentation to them. And then there's this one, that nice deep purple, and then this fun like limey green. Wow, they swatch really nicely. So the next formula is a metallic formula. So the shade called Refresh, which is right here, is considered a metallic formula. Then the shade called Dragonfly, this like also bright green one. And then the shade called Exotic. Ooh, these look beautiful as well. I love these shades. So there's that one, that one. Oh my God, look at that green. And then this one's like a deeper maroony kind of pink. Then the last formula is multi-chrome formula. So the shade called Bubbles, the bigger pan right here, and then the shade called Dragon Teeny. So these two are multi-chromes. Ooh, okay. So let's do that right here. Wow, I picked up a lot of that shadow, but that is super intense. And then the Dragon Teeny. I don't know if you guys can see any shifts in these. So those were all the shades swatched out. I'll do an up close shot in the order that it is in the pan. All right, so now that I went over all the products and the swatches, I think we should now get into a look with this palette. So I'm gonna put the highlighter on first because this is so gorgeous and I need it on my face. So we'll see how this looks. Now it seems super intense, so I'm gonna try to go in with a light hand. Is that possible? No, I don't think it is. Oh my God, I love peachy highlighters. All right, look at that. This is such a beautiful, intense, shifty highlighter. I'm not sure if I can see the shift. Can you guys? Because I can't tell. But it reminds me a lot of the Kaleidos multi-chrome highlighters, like the formula. It's so intense and beautiful. Oh, I knew I was gonna love this shade. But now let's get into the palette. I have no idea what I wanna do, but of course, I'm always gravitated to the darkest shade. So I'm gonna start off with Prickly. Like I said, satins can actually be used like mattes. So I think that's why they included that in the palette like satins, because there are no actual mattes in here. So I'm gonna start off with that shade right here and concentrate it on the outer corner. Now the only thing with satins is they can have fallout, especially if they're like kind of pressing them on and working them in like the crease as a like, you know, matte. But look how intense that is. And I mean, they're usually easy to blend because, you know, they're sheeny formula, and so they kind of just spread easily. Ooh, we're gonna go like intense. I'm gonna like drag it out. Oh yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna bring some down here too. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hopefully these don't stain. I'm trying to tap off the excess, but just the nature of using satins like this, you're gonna have fallout. So I think now I wanna go and use the shade called Sweeten right here, this pink, and this is also a satin, and I'm gonna use that like in the inner crease part. Honestly guys, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I think it looks so fierce and stunning, and they're just so easy to put on the eyes. Very, very pigmented. Now I'm going to take the shade called Exotic, and I'm going to use that on the bottom part. Yeah, I feel like this kind of looks a little similar to the Sweeten shade, but it's just a little bit darker and more maroon, and this one is considered a metallic. So I guess it's supposed to have more of a shift to it than, you know, like a sheen, than the Sweeten shade that is more of a satin. So I'm just gonna put that there. I am getting a lot of fallout just based on how I'm using the shade, but I'm not surprised. I'm not even gonna use any glitter primer in this video. I just want to get as much on my eye. So I'm gonna also go into the shade called Fruit Fizz. This one right here, this is considered a dual chrome. I'm gonna use that in the inner portion down here. Ooh, that's pretty and like super peachy. So now I'm gonna go into the shade called Hyla Sirius. I actually looked up how to pronounce this. This one is one of the dual chromes as well. A lot of these like pinky shades are kind of looking similar on the eyes, like Sweeten, Exotic, but I'm gonna put that right here on this edge. Then now I want to go into the shade called Dragonfly. Yes, I have to get some of this green action. This one is a metallic formula. I'm just gonna pop that right there. I didn't even spray any of the you know, shadows like in my brush at all. I'm just using a dry brush. Like I don't even know if I really need to. Now I'm sure if I used a wet brush, these would be even more intense, but I just think they look gorgeous as is. I just can't believe how well they pick up on a brush. Maybe I'll go over a little bit with my finger. Then I'm going to take this cacti, whatever, and I'm going to use that in this inner portion, like as an inner corner highlight. And then it says these like bigger shades can be used as topper. So I'm gonna go into Bubbles, and I'm just gonna top that like in the center for like added like sparkle vibes, right? So that added like a little pizzazz in the middle. I'm gonna go into Effervescence, and I'm gonna use a little bit of that over the, what is it? The Fruit Fizz that I used down here. Add a little bit of extra pizzazz over that. All right, so here is the look. These are all the shadows that I'm gonna use from the palette. I try to use as much as possible, and I kind of just winged it, let things flow. I grabbed things at random, and I love how it turned out. So I'm going to finish the rest of my look off camera, kind of clean some things up, and I will come back to show you guys the final look and then wrap up this video. So here is the completed look. Show you guys up close how everything came out. Now that like the lashes are on and the liner, I really like how this look came out now that it's completed. But I went in with the lash glue liner from Kiss, and I did a bigger, more exaggerated wing. I've been doing that lately. I feel like it works a lot better with my eye shape. Then I went in with the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, and then I used the Nakia Joy lashes. This is their natural set, so I used one of the lashes from that set. And then for my waterline, I have the LA Girl Shockwave liner and Screamin'. Since I have this like yellowy shade in the inner corner, I wanted to match up with that, so I put that in the waterline. And for my lips, I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty Mattemoiselle lipstick in Thick. It's a more like mauve cool tone pink. I just wanted to keep it a little bit more chill on the lips since my, you know, eye look is very colorful and very bold and like dramatic. But that is everything I did off camera to complete this look, and I'm just really happy with it. I think it's fun and colorful. But now I want to zoom you guys out, give you my like final like first impressions on these products, and then wrap up this video. Alright guys, we made it to the end of this video and I'm ready to give you my thoughts on these products. I think the Fruitlighter is beautiful. I love this tropical shade. This like peachy gold shifty metallic is so gorgeous on the cheeks. It's very creamy. It just glides right on and kind of blends right into the skin. And it is a little bit more on the intense side, but I feel like you can sheer it out or you can build it up to be super glowy. And I'm sure this would also look beautiful like in the inner corner or on top of your eyelids as well. So I think they did a great job with the formula on this one. So I'm very happy I picked this one up. As for the palette, I think it's really beautiful. I think all the shades performed well. I just noticed that the palette is already breaking, which is unfortunate, that the packaging is already having issues. Like the plastic broke right here at the end. Like I just used it for the first time, so I'm sad about that. I don't know if it's the best packaging with this plastic packaging. But as for the shadows, great formula. I love that there's variation. There's satins and the sparkly shades, the duochromes and the multichromes. Now I can't really see the shifts that much in the duochromes and multichromes. And I do feel like there's a lot of shades that look very similar once you put them on the eyes. Like these three pinks in the center right here, High, Luxurious, Sweeten, and Exotic, they all end up translating the same on the lids. And then there's also a lot of like peachy shades and other pinky shades. So I do wish that there was more variation in this palette, like different shades to work with. A lot of shades are just looking a lot alike. Also, I do wish that there was some mattes in here. Clionadh doesn't have a like actual set palette in their range right now, so it would have been nice to see some mattes included in here because they do also have a really nice matte formula. But I'm sure this is going based on like Emily's preferences. She must really love metallics and, you know, satin formulas like this. But the satins did perform pretty well as mattes, and I was able to use it in like the crease and everything. But I know people with like textured skin on their eyelids might not want to use like sheeny products in like the crease and everything because it can kind of enhance that texture. But this could be a really good companion palette, or it could be a really good entryway into Clionadh if you're wanting to try their metallics and duochromes formula and you just want a bunch of them in a palette, because overall it is affordable. For 56 bucks you do get a bunch of shades, and normally their single shades can be pretty pricey, going from like $10 to $20. So I think you get a good bang for your buck going with this if you're just wanting to try some formulas from Clionadh. And with all of that being said, I did enjoy it. Everything performed really nicely, and there is a lot of shimmer fallout from these shades, so just be mindful of that. Even though I try to dust away a lot of the shimmers, I can't get all of them away. They're just kind of stuck to my cheeks. That doesn't bother me, but if you hate shimmer fallout, you might not like some of these shimmers in here because they do kind of like, you know, disperse all over the face. But that was my thoughts on the highlighter and palette, and I just had fun using these. But hopefully this video was helpful, and letting you guys know whether this palette is right for you or this highlighter. Try to give you guys as much information as possible, but please let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts? Did you purchase it? Did you pass on this? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of videos on like indie makeup and all that, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the collection linked. I'll have Emily's launch video linked, as well as other videos of mine you might be interested in watching. I'll link the rest of my face makeup, and I will also link my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty, so I would love for you to join my Instagram fam as well. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for hanging out with me a bit, and for just being here and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and I just hope you are all doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.